What's up, Seth, Michael? Welcome. Yeah, if you didn't read the description, just testing it out today, hoping to do more live streaming this year, so trying to figure out a program that would work for me. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm going to see how much my computer can handle and try and do a little editing while it's live streaming. So we'll see if it crashes or not. Michael, it sounds like you're in the room with me. I hope that's a good thing. Like it's clear. I know yesterday as I was trying it, it just sounded a little tinny. But I think I had my computer mic recording it as well as this Shure mic. Oh, I don't like how well, there we go. Seth, you gonna do any riding in the snow? I don't like that the chat disappears when I switch windows to edit. That's bothering me. I'm learning. Let me see what I could do here. Yeah, you're gonna ride your 2.8s. Nice. How's Palmer been riding? That seems like, I don't know, I haven't been there for mountain biking for a while. But it seems like the trails would be pretty packed with snow. Oh, the chat keeps disappearing on me. This is annoying. Let me... Let me see if I could just pull up independent chat on the iPad. yeah, I am editing this weekend's ride. So got out and rode. I guess it wasn't even the weekend. It was MLK Junior Day on Monday. And yeah, it was brutal. Don't really like riding northeast of Colorado Springs. Until you get to the Black Forest, it's kind of nice, but getting there kind of sucked. You're just on main roads. I need to actually take the time to map something out on Komoot and actually find nice, quiet gravel roads. So you probably won't be able to hear any audio from my screen capture, but I guess that's okay for now. Just give you a visual sneak peek of the video. Google Maps put me on this ridiculously snowy trail that was not fun. I just pulled it up and I was editing this yesterday. It always takes a little bit to get in the flow of where I was in the video. That's why as much as I can, I like to just sit down and edit. What's up, Julian? Sit down and edit and get in the flow and stay in it for as long as I can. So where is this part of the ride? I think here I was traveling towards the Black Forest. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of the Black Forest because I had to kind of boogie. I had to really pound it at the end to meet someone. I feel like I'm missing footage. Julian, you enjoying the snow day? I got 7 people watching. What do you guys think? Does it look and sound okay? I can't quite tell if the exposure on the camera is right. It looks good on the screen. And on my camera screen, it looks super blown out. But I think that's just the camera screen being the camera screen. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we switch it up. How long does it take to switch up for you guys? Oh, there is quite some lag. I'm on my iPad here watching it as well, which probably isn't helping the speed of it at all. Yeah, it snowed a lot for you, Julian. For me, it did not. There's not a lot of snow where I live, which was pretty nice. Got the drive cleared out pretty quickly. Well, I say pretty quickly, but it wasn't all that quick. Oh, my mom is saying it's a little dark. She's on the live stream. Aren't you supposed to be working, Mom? Let me I don't like to get too bright. I like a little bit darker vibes. Let me see. So if you're just tuning in, there's 9 people watching. Say hello in the chat. And yeah, today's just a test. We're not really going over anything. I'd like to start streaming more because once you get it set up, I believe it's simple. I'm sure there's going to be some trouble tech-wise, but once you get those kinks figured out, it should be good. I would like to plan rides and have other ideas for live stream videos and content, which, I don't know, maybe some of you guys would like. Let me... Where are you guys tuning in from? I know my mom was just here from Greeley. Seth here locally. How does it look for you guys? I think it looks a little too bright for my taste, but I don't know. Looks good here. Josh. Hello, Josh. How's it going? Always nice to meet a fellow Josh. I feel like there's a lot of us out there. Where are you tuning in from, Josh? Iowa, nice. Awesome. I'll need to write the settings down on the camera. Well, I guess I won't touch it, so it'll probably just stay there. Iowa, nice. So I won't show this in the edit, but when I set up this ride by shot, there was, I think is what is known as a glider. I don't know if you guys can see it on your end. Let me see if, oh, just right here in this cloud. Pretty creepy. It was traveling quite slow, so maybe someone can tell us in the chat if that is a glider. I think it is. I was half expecting it to just bolt like super fast after gliding. Okay, if everything's sounding good, let's try this, the screen recording by itself with some audio. This is the side that no one ever sees. The ride-by shots, riding back to get your camera. I think it's always so comical. Oh, my buddy Nick tuned in. He knows a lot about planes. What's up, Nick? Yeah, he said it's a glider riding the thermals. I don't think I've seen one move that slow. It's pretty cool, but kind of creepy, to be honest. Yeah, Seth, it was real quiet. I mean, you could hear it, but it was pretty low and pretty quiet. So well, I'm pumped that this is looking like it's working. There's a lot of streaming services and platforms out there and software to use, and most of them you have to pay for. I'm using one called OBS, which is for Mac and Windows, and it's free. I mean, you just download it. The only downside, I think, is that you can't have... I'm going to turn that down a little bit. It looks a little blown out. There we go. You can't have a guest on it. So if I ever wanted to do that, kind of out of luck with that. But I wonder if there's a way to just record your screen and have a Zoom call and get around actually inviting a guest into the system. Not Pablo, what's up? JRP. Is not Pablo Frank? Not Pablo. Got little canyon in the clip here. Oh, let me just switch it up for you guys can see it. Bro, look at his face. Like how unhappy he was that I wasn't taking him on a bike ride right after I got back from this one. I eventually did take him on a bike ride, just to be clear, on his own bike ride. Hello, for those of you who just joined, today's live stream is just checking out how to use this program. Make sure everything is working. If not, going back in and tweaking it outside of the stream, or maybe even during the stream. So, yeah, because I'd like to do more live streams this year. And I have some creative ideas on what I could do during those. Today is not one of those creative ideas. It's just testing out software, seeing what works, what doesn't. So let me know in the chat if everything's looking good for you guys. My mom said it was looking a little dark. She was in here earlier. I turned it up and then I turned it back down. I think 400 ISO is a good medium. I had it at 240. AJ, what's up, AJ? Just snagged a Patagonia Air on sale based on your review. Absolutely, man. That I might even do, like, Patagonia didn't even send me that jacket. I bought it. And I usually do reviews when companies send a product, but I might just do a review on that jacket alone. I've mentioned it in many videos. Without a doubt, like I've said in a video, if I lost that jacket today, I'd go out and buy another one tomorrow. It's just that good. Breathable. Definitely not good by itself, though. Like, if you think you're going to take that with a t-shirt, unless it's a really warm day. But it's a great layering jacket. The Patagonia R1 Air. What's up, Clayton? Everything looks good, in my opinion. More live streams would be cool. Yeah, absolutely. If you guys have any ideas, I have my own set of ideas what I could do with live streams. But if you guys have any ideas, throw them in the chat, and, you know, anything is possible here on the tube. AJ, you live in, do you live in Colorado? Am I correct in saying that? Weren't you going to do, or didn't you do Gravel Locos? Trying to remember if that was you, AJ, or someone else. Also, kind of what you're seeing is me trying to edit this video, but I'm also trying to make sure that this is working correctly. So I'm editing this very, very slowly and just working with the program, seeing what's going on, seeing what you guys are saying in the chat. AJ used to live in Denver. You live in New York now. Oh, it wasn't you. Who was that person? Someone mentioned that they were going to do Gravel Locos in one of the comments. Seth, you're trying to build a gravel bike? Yeah, man, you should. Gravel bikes are awesome. And you ride your mountain bike, you know, across town. So, which is, you like riding. It's just not as efficient if you're cruising on a mountain bike, but you make it work. How's the injury? A lot better. Thanks for asking, Pablo. It's a lot better. Just kept up stretching. Or kept up the stretching, not kept up stretching. Kept up the stretching. And I've also been using some CBD lotion that a buddy of mine from Northern Colorado gave me for free. Like, it wasn't even about the knee injury. I had a shoulder injury and was going to play a disc golf tournament. And he was like, hey, I have a bunch of CBD lotion if you want it for free. And I said, sure, I'll try it. And I've been applying it to that knee every night for probably the past 3 weeks. And I don't know if it's just placebo or what, but it's seeming to do well. I've also stopped running. I don't know if running was causing it. I hope it's not running because I really enjoy running. So I hope it's not running that was causing it. When it's feeling, 100%, right now I would say it's maybe 80%. Like when it was injured, it was probably about 20%. I would stiffen up. It would be hard to walk, man, let alone ride a bike. Or I could ride to work and then I would be stiff all day. But yeah, right now it's 80 to 90%. Some days are harder than others. Some days it's really, really bad. Once it gets back to feeling like it's 100%, I'm going to try running again, but I'm going to ease into it. Usually I like to do 4-mile runs just because that's a good amount of time for me and it feels like a good workout. But I think when I try to ease back into it, I'm going to do like maybe half a mile, like really slow pace, and then just call it at that and see if it's starting to get agitated. And then the next day, do another half mile. Basically just dip my toes in the running water if you want to look at it that way. But yeah, so far it's felt great. This year's off to a good start. I've been getting a lot of miles in on the trainer, and a couple good rides already not on the trainer, including one that you're going to see towards the end of this week whenever this video is posted. Did I retire the Karate Monkey? I didn't. I still ride the Karate Monkey. I have it in a different mode right now. Let's pull up a YouTube. Oh, you guys are watching this YouTube video, watching another YouTube video. Yeah, so I've been using it for IC commutes. Let me pull this up. The Surly Dirt Wizards are a great snow tire. But I am changing the setup on the Monkey, Pablo. I'm planning on doing the White Rim Trail, which is a 100-mile loop in Utah, and it's a little bit too bumpy for a gravel bike. So I'm going to ride the Monkey, but the Dirt Wizards are extremely slow for long distances. So I'm planning on getting some new rubber, probably February or March. I've been looking at the Maxxis Recon Plus. So something like this, faster rolling, 27.5 by 2.8. To do that ride, and then just to enjoy riding the Karate Monkey more. Was the Krampus 27.5 plus or 29? I think the Krampus has always been a 29 plus platform, if I'm correct. I know sometimes with smaller bikes they go from 29 to 27.5 just because it accommodates a smaller rider better, but I don't know if they did that with the Krampus. I know, like in so my wife Jordan has a Fairdale Weekender, and it is a 700C bike, or it was when it was released. Jeez, this chair is very squeaky. It was when it was released, and she's tiny, so she needed an extra small bike. So her extra small bike at the time came with 650Bs, which I know 650B is very common now, especially in gravel. But at the time, that was like the first 650B bike I saw. And I know before 650B has been around, it just got sort of popular because on gravel bikes, you could put it on a bike and have bigger tires under the circumstances. Okay. But Seth, I don't know if you're still in here. You should definitely build up a gravel bike, man. I mean, Colorado Springs has, as soon as you get into like this portion here, this west side, it has a ton of really good gravel roads. I shouldn't say a ton. It has a few, but they go for a very long distance. And you gain a lot of elevation, you lose a lot of elevation. It's like Rampart Range Road. I think it was my last video. Starts right here and goes all the way up. Like this is the road and you're just traversing mountains basically, or foothills. It goes to Woodland Park, which that's a ride I want to plan. And hopefully we get to plan that ride on a live stream. I think that would be really cool. But Rampart Range Road goes beyond Woodland Park all the way, man, to Deckers, which is a fishing area. Oh, it's the town of Deckers fishing area right here, and then it turns into something else. That can take you all the way to Conifer. I think it would be really sweet, too, to plan a like 3-day bikepacking trip going up Rampart Range and then camping somewhere along it, and then going, you know, back up towards Denver, and then looping back around and taking some fast roads, maybe 83. I think this is 83. Yeah, Highway 83. All the way back to the Springs. I think that would be sweet. I've talked to my buddy Steve about that. Yeah, Clayton confirmed Krampus 29 plus. Yeah. But yeah, Pablo, I agree. It's nice to have an option for the smaller riders. So I like when bike manufacturers do that. I also like when bike manufacturers have custom chainstay length for different sizes. It's not like universal across all sizes. Seth, you haven't got into bike packing yet? Yeah, you just got to invest in some bags. And then you're set to go whenever you want. The bags can be pricey, but they were a lot pricier when bike packing was kind of booming a few years ago. Now there's so many manufacturers that I think they have to compete and lower the price, which is good for us. But you definitely want to watch out for some of those Amazon bags. Some of them work. Some of them are garbage. Especially the saddlebag. The saddlebag, I think, is very important because if you don't get a good one, it'll just sway. And that drives me insane. Okay, been on here for about 34 minutes. I think if everything's looking good, I'm going to call it and end it. Clayton said, is Komoot your preferred site for route building or route building? What do you like about it versus other options? Clayton, yeah, it is. I used to use Strava. Let's see if it's... I used to use Strava routes or Strava routes. But I like Komoot. Clayton, it is free. Or no, Seth asked if it's free. Yeah, it's free. They have a free version, and I don't pay for it. See up here it says get premium on the top right hand corner. Yeah, I've managed to do everything I want to do with just the free version. And you can also, switch to satellite, which this is the mode I'm using most because I want to be able to tell if it's a road or a gravel road. So if we look at, like, let's say, where'd Rampart go? Oh, we're like in Westminster here. There we go. Like Rampart Range Road here, you can zoom in and tell that it's, gravel as opposed to something like this. Colin Tether. Hey Joshua, first off, awesome videos. Just started bike commuting this past year with my gravel bike, and when winter started, I put it away. Your videos have inspired me to get back out there. Well, thanks, Colin. Yeah, if you're a Youper, definitely harsher winter than here, so I don't blame you for not wanting to get out there. Yeah, I love Marquette, man. You're so lucky. Youpers are so lucky. Or I guess you don't have to be from Marquette to be a Youper, but every time I go to the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, it's Marquette. And man, it's beautiful. We're going to go back up this summer. This summer, we are going to be in Wisconsin for some time. So we're definitely going to take the mountain bikes and the gravel bike and spend some time in the UP. From Houghton? Never heard of that, but I am also not familiar with a lot of parts of Michigan, so. Let me check this out. Sorry not to blast your local scene, Colin, but. Okay. Nice. There we go. So what's the trip to Marquette like, if I were to guess? Maybe 45 minutes, an hour for you, having to go down? The only thing I don't like about going or being able to go to Marquette in the summer is that I'm not able to go in the fall, which is a beautiful season to be up there. The riding's great. The weather's great. You go on 3rd Street and, I mean, everyone's just having a great time. But yeah, Colin, I will let the community tab of the channel know when I'm in Marquette, and maybe we can meet up and do some riding. I will admit I'm not the best mountain biker. I like gravel riding a lot more than mountain biking, but I will still mountain bike. Oh, while I'm on here, I guess I'll show you one of my routes that I've planned. Oh. Yeah, so here's my page of rides. I usually map my ride, the ones that I want to actually map on Komoot, and I map some runs. Like I usually do a 10K on Thanksgiving, a 10K run. Not like an organized 10K, just, I don't know. I've done it for 3 years in a row. So just trying to keep the tradition. And so, yeah, It's just very easy to map on it once you get the hang of it. This is a ride I would like to complete this year. I mapped it out last year, but then the injury stopped me from Hello, Deckard. Is that Deckard? Greetings from Germany. Hello. Welcome. Let's see, where was it? Maybe I didn't plan it. No, I did plan it. Here we go. No, that's not it. Oh boy. How is the German riding? Like, how is riding in Germany? What kind of riding do you like to do there? I don't know if I deleted this ride. So I had a ride on here that was from Colorado Springs. Oh, here we go to Greeley. It's here. It's here. And I wanted to do it last year, but I kind of had the idea to do it too late in the year, and then with the injury, just couldn't make it happen. And I don't know if I'll actually take these roads, but I would like to do this year, maybe May, sometime around then when it's just nice all day. But yeah, so my folks live in Greeley, Colorado, northern Colorado. I live in the Springs, so on a weekend that we were going to Greeley anyway, Jordan would just take up all my stuff. I guess after me. She'd leave after me. I'd like wake up really early and ride from Colorado Springs all the way up north. This goes through the Cherry Creek, which originally I was pumped on. But I don't know. I rode it last time, and I just like being able to ride fast on a road, like all these squigglies and stuff bother me a little too much. Like I'd almost rather go out east before hitting Parker and then ride north all the way through Denver. I don't know. We'll see. But the ride would be 139 miles. That would definitely be my longest ride to date. Oh, one thing that I really like about Komoot, Seth, if you're still watching, is you can plan a trip, and then on this left side over here, it tells you what kind of ground you're covering. So 6.8 miles is going to be on single track. And, you know, sometimes the system's not right, so it's not like single track. It might be like a double track road or something. 0.84 on path. 38% of this route would be on cycleway, so bike path, which is the Cherry Creek portion of the ride. 19 miles on street, 37 miles on road, state road. If you notice, there's not a lot of unpaved, so 10 miles of unpaved. So it wouldn't be like a gravel ride, but it would just be sort of an all-day effort. I think that would be great. It would be fun. Deckard says that the riding in Germany is actually really good. Lives in a small city, about 13,000 people. Just really looking forward to spring. Ordered a Riesenmoller Load 75, which is a cargo bike if I'm not mistaken. Sold my car last year. Cool. So most of your commutes planning to do by bike. That's awesome. Let's check out that bike. I think it's a cargo. I don't know if it's a front end or a... Oh yeah, it's back feet style. Nice. Is it E motor? Yeah. That's awesome though. You know, I've made a video on like why I like the Bullet not electrified. But I've been thinking about electrifying it, but that's kind of what the way I would want it to go is order a bike and then electrify it, just because when it comes to the Bullet, like the electric Bullets have a built-in bottom bracket motor, or I guess in the bottom bracket shell, that's where the motor is housed. And my fear would be that you eventually, I don't know, the technology eventually becomes something else, and then you have a hard time selling it. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but maybe I'm right. Who knows? It's a 50-50. So yeah, a lot of them were. But I did look at Bafang, which is Bafang Motors. It's a company that you can buy a motor and make any bike essentially an e-bike. And you could put like 1,000 watt, like this is the video I watched, 1,000 watt motor on a Bullet, which is insane. Whoa. Yeah, I think an E. Yeah, bakfiets is a Dutch word. Yeah. Oh, I know. I've read a lot about cycling culture, and what was the book that I just finished? It's called Building the Cycling City. Right here, if you guys are looking for a book to check out this one. If you like reading about bikes and just bicycle friendly cities, they talk a lot about, they have a whole chapter on bakfiets, which is cargo bikes, which is awesome. Yeah, Building the Cycling City, the Dutch blueprint for urban vitality. Yeah, burnouts all day. True, on 1,000 watt motor on the Bullet. Yeah. I go back and forth. I like the Bullet as it is without a motor, because when I want to get a workout in, I can with Canyon. But I also like the idea of potentially putting on a motor, just because it would, yeah, I don't know, it would be very easy to get places. I'm kind of afraid of having an e-bike though, for that reason. Would I ever ride my other bikes, like just for commuting purposes, or would I just stick to an e-bike? That was my original apprehension towards e-bikes, was just knowing my personality, thinking, man, I'm gonna never ride my other bikes. But yeah, I never call and slap a Hemi on the Bullet and climb straight up pikes. Yeah, I was playing around with the idea of doing a cargo bike ride up pikes. I don't know if there's been a cargo, like a non-electric cargo bike, just human powered, burrito powered. I mean, you don't even have to bring any bags or anything. Just throw it all into the big bucket. but I think it would be fun to try to ride that up Pikes. I mean, it'd be fun for a little bit anyway. Okay. That's cool. We got European viewers on here, because usually when I would do these, it would be after work. So it'd probably be in the middle of the night for most of you, but just so happens that we got a snow day here in Colorado. There's not a lot of snow. There's not too much snow. Yeah, put Jordan and Canyon in the Bullet like old times and go up Pikes. Man, that would be a challenge. Yeah. I don't know if, it would be a challenge. I was thinking about doing something like that. When I always think of like these hard physical efforts, I think of my buddy Eric, because he just likes doing things like that. And so I was thinking about doing a relay up Pikes. Not a relay per se, but a relay on the Bullet. So one of us would be in the cargo box area and one of us would be pedaling. And then when one of us got tired, we'd just switch. But man, that would be tough. I would definitely have to change the chain ring on the Bullet. I have a 36 on there now. I'd probably go down to a 30 if we were doing that. Just so you guys know, these aren't all usually right here. We are always trying to minimize and declutter our home, and throw pillows were something I've always wanted to get rid of, because frankly they're always just in my way when I'm trying to sit on a couch. So we put all except for 2 throw pillows on this bed. It's not always like this. Usually this bed has no throw pillows. Yeah, Deckard, the Riesenmuller is cheaper in Germany. That doesn't surprise me. I bet you see a lot more of those over there too. In the Springs, I've only seen 2 other cargo bikes, and I'm pretty sure it was the same bike that I saw twice. It was... What's that other cargo bike company? Hey, Michelle. Yeah. I did, because once I switched screens, I was doing this, and the pillows are just tiny in comparison to the whole screen. When you go back to this, it's just like, whoa, way too many pillows. The Bullet is technically a reverse mullet. I don't know what you mean, like mullet drivetrain? Oh, mullet. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't know if you're saying like Seth if you're talking about the wheels, but Velolab, no, it wasn't. It's Urban something. I'm blanking on the name. I know this company. Look, I'm just going to put Urban Cargo Bike. Urban Arrow. That's what it is. Yeah, it's... So what I've seen around the Springs is this exact bike, a white Urban Arrow. And I actually know who owns one of them. I don't know if I've actually seen 2 or if it was the same one twice. But yeah, Urban Arrow. All these bikes look great. And I definitely don't have anything against e-bikes. I would love to ride an e-bike. Just the time and opportunity hasn't come yet. And I haven't been willing to like pay for one just because I'm afraid that I won't ride my other bikes ever again. Yeah, Decker, see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe next time. Who knows? You might be asleep in Germany next time I do a live stream. But cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Michelle. Oh, the wheels, Seth. Yeah. Yeah, it has the smaller wheel. I think something like this would be a great commuter bike. This popped up, the bomb track. Oh, you guys can't even see my screen right now. I've been like sharing. So what I was talking about before, the Urban Arrow, was, yeah, like this. This is what I've seen around the springs. Looks like a pretty cool bike. But yeah, let's go back to this bomb track. This bike is very intriguing. And that's, yeah, definitely like a mullet setup, Seth. AJ, love that e-bikes are getting more people to call themselves cyclists. Absolutely. Yeah. E-bikes are great. I mean, they, you know, and whether that person who gets an e-bike has the intention of actually riding a bike without a motor any day, it's still great just to get more people on bikes, less people in cars. And I think that's why e-bikes are great. One problem I had with e-bikes was, I don't know if you guys saw the video, the Dead Swede last year. And it was towards the end of the race, I got, into a tight space with someone on an e-bike. And it's just, I don't know. I don't think they belong in the same course as regular bikes if it's a race scenario. But that's just my opinion. Len Baird, wouldn't hurt to raise up the volume. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's maxed out. Maybe I just need to talk a little louder. Let me see what I could do. I think that's as loud as it'll go, maybe. It's kind of hard to know how loud I'm being when I'm wearing these headphones. But thank you for the suggestion. Michelle, my mom and stepdad recently purchased some e-bikes. She has R8, and it's been great for her. Makes me happy to hear about her rides. Definitely, yeah, just, as those of you who are watching probably ride bikes, and you all know the joy that you get from riding those bikes. And some people, whether it's age, injury, physical ability, just don't have the same amount of joy as someone who is, let's say, more fit or better off than them physically on a regular bike. So being able to get on an e-bike is a good thing, to have them see that. I don't know. To have them feel that amazing feeling that we all get when we ride bikes, I guess. Colin, my dad who's 65 loves to mountain bike but has bad knees, so an e-mountain bike allows him to get back out there and enjoy the sport. Yeah, definitely. I don't know what kind of e-bike I would get if I actually got an e-bike. I think it would be a cargo bike just because I like it so much for running errands, and that's not so much about like the assist to be. So I don't want commutes to feel like they're less work, but it's just the time. With a motor, you could just get somewhere so much quicker. But yeah, Gileke, yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. Gileke. You find yourself not old enough for e-bikes? Kind of the same. Kind of the same. I don't know if it has to do with age, though. Like when I was injured and I wanted to commute by bike, that would have been a perfect time to have an e-bike because you're not putting up, or I wouldn't be putting that much stress on a knee. So for things like that, it's great. A Metro Feats for sale in Arvada. What is a Metro Feats? Is that another type of e-bike or cargo bike? Ooh. Oh, is Metro Feats? Yeah, this is they're all steel, right? Made in Portland. Yeah. Chavi G. Do you have a link to that? I won't buy it, or maybe I shouldn't blow it up here, but I want to check it out, which one you're looking at specifically. Colin, time to head back to work. Yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Definitely once it gets going, it's easy, and I could just chat. As long as you guys chat, it's easy for me to chat about things, and the conversation will just take place naturally. But definitely have some other ideas for the live stream too, which would be fun. Yeah, that was like my only thing with the Bullet, was that it's an aluminum cargo bike. I really like steel bikes. So because it was aluminum, I was a little bit like, I really wish I could ride it before I got it. But I didn't know anyone who has a Bullet, so just kind of had to take a gamble. And turned out to be great. The aluminum adds rigidity, which you need if you're carrying a big load, so it's not super flexy. I'm sure a steel one would ride great though too. Michelle, see ya. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Sure, for injuries and other problems, e-bikes are great, of course. Yeah, I'm telling you, an e-bike would be good to have if you're hurt or just struggling, or like even on a day you don't want to ride, but you still want to go somewhere and not drive. So maybe you don't feel like riding, to the grocery store, but hop on the e-bike and all is well. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it quits here. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully the sound got a little louder, Len Baird, for you. I think it's maxed out here. It's maxed out on my mic. I think I was just talking super softly, which sometimes I do. Seth, thanks for tuning in. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Hopefully it goes as smooth as this one did. Didn't seem to have a problem with video dropping, the screen dropping, audio dropping. I mean, audio I can't tell. Maybe it's dropping on your end. But everything seems to have gone as planned. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't know when that'll be, but whenever I get a chance. It definitely will be in the evening. So sorry for all the European folks that it'll be like 3 a.m. your time or 4 or 5 a.m. your time. All right. Thank you guys for all the support. I'll see you in the next one.